Northeast Southwest Technical Community A&M University of Higher Learning Online. Northeast Southwest Technical Community A&M University of Higher Learning Online. Northeast Southwest Technical Community A&M University of Higher Learning Online. Hey you! Yeah, you! Sitting there with your hands in your pants, not doing a damn thing with your life? How about you stop being a measly, pathetic little twerp and do something productive for once? Something productive like applying and attending to Northeast Southwest Technical Community A&M University of Higher Learning Online and get you a degree in a multitude of disciplines like standardized test taking 101, 102, and 103. We'll teach you from a skewed political bias with recycled inaccurate facts and irrelevant misinterpreted historical accounts. Dazzle your friends and family with your new countless amounts of arbitrary facts that will serve you no real purpose in life. So, if you're ready to get the hell off that couch so the ass imprints and the cushion will disappear, then you need to go and apply to Northeast Southwest Technical Community A&M University of Higher Learning Online. Financial aid is available to all who qualify. No one qualifies for financial aid because it's all a fucking scam. Do not trust a for-profit institution to further bolster your academic career. They are predatory and have turned learning and academia into a first-rate racketeering scheme. Plus, degrees are becoming less and less useful with the emphasis moving back to trade jobs. So, please stop wasting your time, money, and energy on this bullshit and get you a real education, my G. Welcome to my talk show. 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 And we're on live. Yo, what it do though? Welcome back to another episode of Controversial Conversation. Controversially speaking, I am your host, yeah boy, your vehicle through this journey to enlightenment. And man, I just want to say thank y'all for showing up today. I am truly grateful that we have another opportunity to do this. They ain't kicked their asses off, man. This is number 5. Can y'all believe that? We done made it to 5 in this bitch. Ain't that some shit? But anyways, man, ain't really too much been going on this week. Not really too much that I want to, talk about. There is the NBA free agency going on. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little excited, a little interested to see who goes where because we're in a new era when it comes to basketball, man. It used to be, motherfuckers would not really change the team until later on, into their career. They're getting older and stuff like that. It's like, oh man, I ain't got that ring yet. I gotta go get one. And I'm not saying niggas is ring chasing nowadays, but what I'm saying is, what's the point of showing loyalty to a team that can cut you at any motherfucking minute? DeMar DeRozan, for example. They was like, hey, bruh. Man, you done gave y'all. We rock with you. We fuck with you. We gonna stick with you. We ain't gonna let you go. Ain't no way we gonna cut you. Then like a week later, it's like, hey, bro, look, man. So what's going on is we're gonna have to cut you. And nigga, what? I mean, damn. You know what I'm saying? It's cold blooded. So it's like, fuck it. Why would you show allegiance to the organization? Now, you can show allegiance and loyalty to the teammates, without a doubt. Always go as hard as you can. Put that effort in. You can show allegiance to the city. You know what I'm saying? Even when you leave, you can still give back to the community and stuff like that. And show allegiance to the game and loyalty to that by, never giving up. But the organization, man, fuck them. They'll let you go for any reason. If they feel that, hey, this is a better opportunity, we gonna go with it. Well, if you the part of the lesser opportunity, well, then it is what the fuck it is, man. Y'all see what I'm saying? So, but anyways, though, aside from that, I'm just saying, it starts at 6 tonight, and, bro, it's going to be really interesting. I want to see who the Lakers get with their little max. They let everybody go damn near so they can get another max player. So it's going to be AD, LeBron, another max player, and, a couple niggas out of Pop's barbershop off of NBA 2K or some shit, nigga. It's wild, but we gonna see. We gonna see where KD goes, even though he probably can't play next year. Looks like Kemba's heading to Boston, so it's gonna be interesting. I can't wait. But there is something else that did happen this week, and it was a weak-ass 2-part Democratic debate. And I'm just saying weak because I don't truthfully care for this this field of candidates, man. For most of them. I think it's like 20 of these motherfuckers done goddamn made it to the debate stage, and out of that, I think maybe 4 of them have a chance, and maybe about 3 of them that I actually, rock with. But look, man, it's sad. Ain't no motherfucking way in hell y'all gonna beat Fuckboy 4-5 with the nonsensical bullshit that y'all doing right now, man. Look, y'all fighting with each other. There's no unity within this party. I'm not saying you're not supposed to call out the other person's, deficiencies and flaws and stuff like that. But the way that y'all are doing it, y'all are just giving ammo and fodder to Fuckboy 4-5. All he gonna do is sit right there with that little motherfucking Twitter account and just shoot shots, man. And his base gonna eat it up. And you know what? His base gonna come out and vote. Y'all need to figure out a better strategy, because I'm sick of seeing this dumb. This dumb bullshit, man. I'm sick of it. Y'all really need to reevaluate your strategies. I like a lot of the stuff that Warren talks about, but when she talks, it's so hard to care because she doesn't really make it hit. She doesn't make it stick. She doesn't make it relatable. She talks about things that are important and that are pertinent and that are necessary and need to be heard, but in the way that she delivers it is like, look, man, that's cool and all, but whatever. We don't need that. We need you to make us care, even though we're supposed to already care. But that's the time and period that we're in. We have to be made to care about certain stuff. So the 4 people that obviously I believe still probably have a shot, even though one of them really made themselves a little horrible. But the 4 are Kamala, Bernie, Elizabeth, and Fuckboy Joe. Look, man, I don't like Joe. I do not like Biden, alright? And I'm glad that he made himself look horrible. And a lot of people are saying he probably killed his shit, but I don't know, there's a lot of old motherfucking people who really don't care too much about stuff, who like the familiar face that would probably still vote for him. So I don't think he fucked this shit up too bad, but he really did look really bad. And one of the, Kamala, she was the one who was really just like hammering this man, so it ain't looking too good. And it's looking real good for her, which isn't looking good for progressives. But whatever, man. We'll figure all that shit out when more and more stuff comes to light. But like I was saying, man, I didn't really care too much for this Democratic debate, and I really didn't like the fact that Yang, somebody that I truthfully like, isn't really looking too good right now. My boy, I need you. I need you to get it together because, man, these vultures out here, bruh, they gonna pick at you. They gonna pick at you, bruh. And if you ain't moving forward, well, you know what it is. But anyways, man, real quick, before we actually get into the segment today, if y'all recall, probably, I think it was like, what, two weeks ago? We had got a call from Jizzle, you know what I'm saying? He had just got pulled over, and basically, he had to go to court. Well, things didn't really go too good at court, and, well, it looks like he's going to be going away for a while. But before he leaves, we were able to catch up with him, and, well, hey, Jizzle.
Privatize prisons like, we need some more merchandise. Cops like, fuck them. They don't even deserve their rights. We'll send them all to y'all, but for the perfect price. So how is this not slavery when you can still purchase life? See, I'd be nervous, like, scared to even park on the curb at night, because I might get mistaken for some kind of burglar type. They're not concerned with my state of being. Hell, if I even make it home, they just want me off of their streets so they can feel safe in their zone. Say I make them uncomfortable. But no, it's not my race at all. It's just I somehow fit this description of someone they just saw. Same hair, weight, body type, face, and all. And that's what made them place a call to the stankin' law. Pretty soon the cops involved, or the shots involved, or they haul them off to the privatized prison to absolve them all. But the realization that institutionalization isn't rehabilitation is lost on them all. So the problem is not solved. So back to the board to draw? But nah, we just give them a little money, throw a parade in the fall. And in the background, we just keep the system still flawed. And for that, y'all, I just have to applaud. A standing ovation for convincing the people you're protecting the nation, the government, the driving foundation for providing salvation. That was sarcasm if you ain't catch what I'm saying. They should be ashamed of the mistakes that they're making, because whenever they're mistaken, that means lives are being taken, families are breaking, and it's way past devastating. You keep promising to make a change, but these changes ain't never changing. You just keep chaining people up inside of these cells so these privatized prisons can keep on up in their cells. Now the mind's institutionalized as it don't know nothing else. All the potential it once possessed is now rusting on the shelf. What the motherfucking hell is the reason to send another one to jail? Lose them in the system so no one can fund their bail while you're sitting back looking at this like it's motherfucking swell. I'm like, damn. To y'all, it's just a game. And no matter how we play, the score will never change. Just the players in the uniforms. The orange jumpsuit with the number on the front looking like a jersey. And now, like James, they are worthy to get their position. And the team that they play for, any one of these privatized prisons.
Alright, well, let me give y'all a technical definition real quick. Alright, it's the rapid expansion of the United States inmate population to the political influence of private companies and businesses that supply goods and services to government prison agencies for profit. I know, right? What the fuck does that mean? Basically, when we speak about the prison industrial complex, we're not just talking about the prisons, the prisoners, and the wardens. Okay, we're talking about the business aspect of it as well. Things like the companies who profit off of feeding prisoners or who profit off of clothing prisoners, the companies who profit off of building these actual prisons, the companies that you can actually buy stock into that provide detention centers and deterrent centers, like Civic Corps or GEO. You can find these on the stock exchange and literally buy stock and support privatized prisons, a system that basically takes law and legality and criminal reform basically and turns it into a lucrative business. So when we say prison industrial complex, it's not just prisons, prisoners, and wardens. Like I said, it's business, but it's also the laws and the manipulation of the laws. So when we think about the manipulation of the laws, and what does that mean when I say it? So to me, it means that you have to basically create legislation that is designed to entrapping people. You have to basically write it to where the interpretation of it can basically be used in any way that you want it to be used, or whichever way would be convenient for you at the time. So when we look at marijuana, or when we look at mandatory minimums, when we see that even though racially these are being done at the same time or the same rate, one race is considered more dangerous, so when they have these substances, they're locked up for longer, and one of these races, even purported sometimes to have done these things at a higher rate, do not go to jail at the same time. So that manipulation is basically the discrepancy that I continuously talk about. It's using the law in the way that they want to use it rather than a blind justice. So the war on drugs, since I spoke about marijuana a second ago, now it was basically created during Nixon's administration, and one of his aides, fuckboy something or another, I can't truthfully remember his name because fuck him, basically. So he writes that they knew they basically couldn't make it, illegal to be against the war or to be black. But by villainizing black people and making it synonymous with heroin and other drugs, and also doing the same to the anti-war hippies, you can make it to where you could demonize these people and basically turn them into enemies of the state. So when you think about those people, blacks and hippies, they're traditionally thought of in derogatory terms. You don't really think about the greatness that they could have contributed or have contributed. I'm not saying hippies have contributed greatness, but I'm just saying folks like Steve Jobs and them, you probably got an apple in your goddamn hand right now, motherfucker, so stop playing with me. But anyways, all I'm trying to say is that the war on drugs, basically, they knew that when they created it, it was a farce. But it's still being pushed today, and it is used to help with this mass incarceration issue. And mass incarceration is another term that we use for prison industrial complex, and it's the rapid expansion. I'm talking rapid expansion, my G. So look, 1984 to 2014, 30 years, right? All right, 400% increase of prison population, dog. That shit's wild, son. Like, this is the land of the free, is what we say. You know, so we say it's the land of the free, supposedly. So why are we locking niggas up at a higher rate than any other country in the motherfucking world? Why? What the fuck kind of sense does that make, man? So look, when we say this term, prison, industrial, complex, we are speaking about, yes, prisons, prisoners, and wardens, but also the business aspect, the manipulation of the legality of it, and also just the fact that we're taking freedoms from people in a place that we consider to be the land of the free by basically going against the Constitution. Just locking people up. Sometimes without due process. And I'm going to get into that in a second. Yeah. So some quick facts real quick. Sounded stupid as hell, didn't it? Whatever. Anyways, alright, look, so the United States is roughly 4% of the world's population. Yet, these motherfuckers make up 25% of the world's imprisoned population. We have the highest prison per capita between citizens and inmates. Bar fucking none, G. Like, we lock motherfuckers up. You know what I'm saying? If there was an American way, it would literally be locking motherfuckers up, bro. That is what we do best. And it's something that we really need to change. You see, there's a story that it just breaks my heart every time I think about it. Sometimes it's just so hard to even talk about it with people when I literally try to get them to understand the severity of what mass incarceration is doing. In 2010, a young boy by the name of Khalif Browder was illegally arrested because they assumed that he had stolen something. No evidence to provide that conclusion at all. Okay, now, had to sit in prison. Now, not just prison, Rikers, okay? We're talking one of the worst prisons in the world, okay? Dude was not an adult at the time, but was tried as an adult and was in this hellhole. Now, he was in solitary confinement for so many days because every time that he was around inmates, he was beat, he was shanked, he was knocked unconscious. Mind you, 16 years old. Okay. Now, this man hadn't done anything other than live his life. And now here he is, dealing with hardened criminals, getting beat up and sent to the infirmary and staying in solitary confinement. Now, if you're hoping that almost kind of like Central Park 5, this has a happy ending, well, I'm sorry to tell you it doesn't. You see, When he was finally released, after they finally, I don't know, realized we don't have the evidence and we're just some bitch ass people, trying to get back into life and society was the hardest thing that he could do. He felt, in his words, that they stole his happiness from him. He attempted suicide multiple times and was put into a ward until one day, at his mother's house, he hung himself outside of his bedroom window off of the AC unit, and his mother found him. He couldn't take the world anymore due to what it did to him. The injustice that was supposed to be a justice system caused this man to take his life. And most of y'all have never heard of him. And that pisses me off. That just one person could be lost in the system. Like, just one person lost in this system tells me that we have to change it. And we're still sitting here acting like criminals or people who are in prison are just bad people, when we don't truthfully know every one of their stories. You're damn right. There are a lot of them that are supposed to be locked up. They did what they are accused or have been told that they said they did. Whatever, I'm not perfect in the wording on that. But truthfully, man, y'all have to understand that, look, I had to change my thoughts on the death penalty due to the exact same reasoning that I'm giving you guys. I was like, look, just because they don't use it properly doesn't mean that we have to get rid of it if you did something. Nah, there's too many variables that are unaccounted for, that when it comes to taking somebody's life, either killing them or throwing them away, just throwing them away, there's just too many variables that we have to account for to know if this is the right way that we're doing this. We have to start putting more emphasis on the rehabilitation part. We have to put more emphasis on that. We have to stop just trying our hardest to be the toughest on crime. That is some bullshit. Okay? So look, one more step. Blacks make up, and I don't mean it like the way Fuckboy45 says blacks. Nah. African Americans make up 13% of the population. Yet they account for 28% of all lifers. That means people who have been sent to prison for life. 58% of all people who have been sent to prison without parole for life, basically. And also 56% of the ones who were sent there to have life, whatever, for life without parole, it happened as a juvenile, okay? Meaning they've been lost in the system for that long. And you know how did they get lost in the system like that? There's this thing that we have to talk about really, really, really quickly, and it is called the school to prison pipeline. Now this phenomenon is basically where you are funneling children that you deem to be bad, to be lost, to be ill-gotten, whatever you want to say, and they're basically not going to be society's problem anymore. So you continuously give them punishments in school. You send them to ISS, you expel them. You basically prepare them for the life that they're going to have. So in the instance of how this is in a degree racial, it's, you'll take a black kid, and if he talks back to you, you'll send him straight to the principal. A white child, it takes harsher offenses for them to be sent to the principal's office, ultimately to be sent to ISS, ultimately to be sent to an alternative school or expelled, things of those natures. But the offenses for black children to have to go to those places, ISS, detention, alternative school, expelled, are not as offensive as what white children are doing or do or have to do. Yeah, I know. I might have said a lot right there. Look, what I'm saying is, as a black child, there's so much more that they're having to deal with other than just being a child in school. There's so much that's going on there. And I'm not saying no other type of children has to deal with that. But what I am saying is that the numbers are telling us that they are being picked off and they are being put in places that they have no chance of succeeding in, and they are becoming self-fulfilling prophecies. And to me, that is something that we have to do something about. And I appreciate y'all dealing with the stumbles and the fuck-ups that I've been having, man. It's just, when I'm really, really thinking about this, it fucks with me personally, all right? Not just because I know so many people who have been locked up, not just because I've been arrested myself, not just because I can truthfully see what this system is for what it is, but just because this is something that so many people are living with every day, man. Like, we have to fucking change. Like, we have to. I'm not asking you, I am telling you that we have to make a fucking change in the way that we police people, in the way that we look at criminal justice reform, and in the way that we look at life. Okay? And that's all I really got to say on the prison industrial complex. Let's talk about something else. What else you got? Hey, welcome back, y'all. What it do though? So, today in hip hop, I want to talk about groups. I love hip hop duos, trios, quattros, 5-man, anything. I love it. I love it so much. Let me tell you a little story about me. So, when I was a young whippersnapper, say about 9th grade or whatnot, I had me a little rap crew, my damn self. We were TDC, Till Death Comes, Throw Down Click. It was a whole bunch of different things, but basically, man, it was me, my partner Marquise, my partner Dustin Watson, my boy Javo, Brandon was there, my partner Roddy. It was a good time. It was a good time, and like we had so much fun. Sometimes just like, you know, just freestyle, you know. And it just got me thinking today about what groups I really, really just love and who I think are just, you know, the best, or I guess top 5. Alright, so obviously I'm wearing this shirt. So I truthfully believe Wu-Tang Clan is the greatest group of all time. And you know what? Fuck it. Enter the 36 chambers with me, y'all. We are going to bring the motherfucking ruckus. Alright, look. This right here. This is legendary shit right here. This is one of the most pivotal albums. Not only just groups, but of all time in history. This is so fucking amazing. Like, 9 members hit the scene, bro. Okay, 9 motherfuckers just came through and wrecked shit, okay? Influenced by martial arts and Staten Island and just a whole bunch of themes, bro. Look, I don't even want to disrespect it. Let me just tell you who. We got RZA, GZA, ODB, Method Man, Raekwon the Chef, Inspector Deck, You God, Master Killer, and Ghostface. I cannot tell y'all how many times just listening to this album I had to go back and like, bruh, hey, this shit is just fucking dope. I love it. And you know what? Another reason why I don't believe that they're just the greatest group, but they're the greatest collection. Because individually, the careers that they've had, like Meth and Ghost and Raekwon and ODB and really all of them, like they've been able to pave their own way as well as, you know, respectable MCs. And it is just amazing to see how much they've influenced and just how dope through the years, you know what I'm saying, just how much better they've gotten. They literally dropped in a little, I think like 7-track album not too long ago to go along with their Showtime documentary series that's going on of Mics and Men. And man, like, bro, Wu-Tang. We can talk about Wu-Tang forever. Wu-Tang! Remember that Dave Chappelle shit? But anyways, like I said, that's number 1. And number 2, we talked about them last week. NWA, them Negroes with the attitude. You know what I'm talking about? I feel that they are probably, as it stands, the second greatest because of what they were able to accomplish at the time and also what they did individually. When you think about Cube, when you think about Easy, when you think about Dre, you know, when you really think about just how influential West Coast they are, it's like, well, they're, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, cool, I fucks with that. But number 3 is a group that I feel gets just like lost. Nobody really talks about them, but they might truthfully be the most influential in all of hip hop when you listen to the most modern music nowadays and stuff like that. And to me, it is 3 6 Mafia, yo. I can't lie. 3 6 Mafia, man. They just don't really get the credit they deserve. They've been in the game for so goddamn long, man. They got so many hits. Like I was sitting back at work not too long ago, and I was listening to the Most Known Unknowns, and it's my favorite intro of any hip hop album because it's basically the most condescending, arrogant, narcissistic shit you could do. They basically said, we the most known unknowns, which means we known, but at the same time we unknown. So basically, drop them hits. And they just hit classic after classic after classic. And it was only 2005, I believe, when this shit had dropped. So they had so many songs up to that point, they were just like bangers, bruh. And when you look at certain groups that are out nowadays, such as like, I don't know, Migos and stuff like that, when they start to incorporate the same styles that a lot of the raps that 3 6 Mafia was doing, it's like, all right, you are literally being influenced by these people. Y'all should pay some homage. That's all I'm gonna say. But anyways, that's number 3. Number 4. We're gonna actually highlight them soon, but it's probably my favorite group ever, and it is Outkast, man. You know what it is, Mr. 3 Stacks and old Daddy Fat Sacks. Yeah, man, I love Outkast so goddamn much, man. ATLNs, Aquemini, Southern Playlistic, bruh, Stankonia, Ottawa, it really don't matter, man. Alright, I'm not gonna lie, I don't really listen to Ottawa like that. Not that I don't like it, it just don't play. It don't stay in rotation like the other one. Man, Aquemini is my shit. Alright, I can literally talk about that forever. I love that fucking album. And just how big Outkast is. And when you think about just respectfully as lyrical MCs, Big Boy and Andre, where they rank, it's like, all right, yeah, alone, they're beasts. Together, unstoppable. And the last one, Bone Thugs and Harmony. I know the UGK fans gonna be mad, the 8-Ball MJG fans gonna be mad, the Mobb Deep fans gonna be mad, the Lox fans gonna be, nah, man, I'm sorry. Bone Thugs and Harmony, bro. I gotta represent, man. You turn on 1999, yeah, East 1999, man, one of the dopest albums. But just think about their classic hits and how you feel when stuff like Crossroads comes on, or First of the Month, or Paper. You like, yeah, I'm a jam. Yeah, you got me. Yeah, man. So that's my 5. So, in all honesty, man, today, if y'all need a little task or whatnot, go find one of those 5 that I said. Who is it? Wu-Tang, NWA, 3 6 Mafia, Outkast, Bone Thugs. Yeah. Go find an album from them, man. Just go listen to it front to back and tell me how you feel about it, truthfully. Yeah. Anyways, we gonna wrap this thing up, man. You already know how we do. About to get into them weekly segments, and I'll be right back.
Hey, you looking for a great new snack you can enjoy on the road or at home and tired of the same old cracker? Then you need to try Mike's Nuts, packed with the essential nutrients needed to sustain a functional and healthy diet. So when you're ready to try a salty new treat, you need to get your mouth on Mike's Nuts. There's a great new snack for under $5. Better get your hand on a sack of Mike's Nuts.
Yo, welcome back. So, today on People Who Suck. You know, his bitch ass really isn't in the spotlight or the political realm that much anymore. But fuck him still. Today we're gonna talk about Jeffrey Beauregard Sessions, the bitch ass old senator from Alabaster. Yes, this backward ass fool is instrumental in still pushing that reefer madness marijuana propaganda, bro. Like, he has it set in his mind that no matter what scientific data comes out, no matter what medical research comes out, marijuana is the worst thing that you can do. Smoking the devil's lettuce is gonna get you sent to hell. And that's what my God told me. That's basically what Jeffrey Sessions will tell you. And also, aside from the fact that he is just a caveman when it comes to that shit, but still given political power to make decisions, yeah, that nigga was AG for a while. Y'all remember that before before Fuckboy 4-5 let his ass go? Yeah, that nigga was AG. And, he tried his hardest to do stupid ass shit, but whatever. Fuck him. But like I said, it's not just the marijuana shit. It's also his, the racial aspect of it. So he was basically in a congressional, meeting and stuff like that. And he was being asked about why there's all these funds, designated to black identity extremism. And why there isn't funds for white identity extremism. And he's like, well, I don't know what white identity extremism would be. And then asked like, well, so what would black identity extremism be? And he's like, well, blah, 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 blah. So basically, I don't know how you could juxtaposition the two of them and one have a definition and one not. You know what I'm saying? Like, one seems to be the one that white people would do, one would seem to be one that black people. No, not in his eyes. Not in his eyes. Even though at least 70% of all domestic terrorist incidents that have happened since 9/11 have been committed by white right-wing extremist views and ideologies. You can look it up. Don't take my motherfucking word for it. That's the truth right there. Yet, we have funds designated to black identity extremists, basically black empowerment groups. Yet we don't have all of that looking into these neo-Nazis and these white hate groups and stuff like that. It's wild. It's weird. And to him, it's normal. Didn't really fucking matter to him. But he has the power, or he had the power to do a lot of things. And I just wanted to remind y'all that he's still a dick, he's still a bitch, he's still a fuckboy, and it's still fuck him over here in Controversial Conversation. So today, Jeffrey Beauregard Sessions, I need you to know you suck. Bastard. Anyways, so if you see this book right here, it's a really, really, really dope ass book. Let me tell you a little story about it real quick. So this isn't the original copy that I had. The original copy that I had was written by a man named D.E. Tarver. Well, it was translated by a man named D.E. Tarver, and it was given to me by a very, very good friend that I'd met in the military. He looked at me and was like, you know what, man, I think this book would be good for you, bro. And I was like, I don't know, man. So I took it home, I read it, and I was like, oh my God, this is a blueprint. And it was brilliant, man. So look, there's four different books in the first. It's Earth, Wind, Water, Fire. And then it is the book of emptiness. And he basically equates it to how a toddler learns to walk. At first, it's wobbling, stuff like that. And that's when you're in your studying mode, your training mode, you're learning this, that, and the other. And, it starts to walk a little bit and fall. That's when you're going through that trial and error stage and stuff like that. And then it gets up gallantly and begins to walk. And it becomes second nature. You don't even think about it. And that is what the emptiness of it is. You're emptying your mind so that you may perform whatever it is at any given time without the thought of doing such. And this book right here is beautiful. I love this book. And the person that originally wrote it is a swordsman by the name of Miyamoto Musashi. And basically, he's considered to be the world's greatest swordsman to ever live. He's said to have never lost a duel, and he won his first duel, I believe, at like 12, some shit like that. Like 12, my G. Yeah, he like killed some mother. And ever since then, he's just been traveling the world killing mothers. And he was writing about it, and there's other things about him. He said that he never ever took a shower because he didn't want to be caught off guard, so my nigga probably stank like a motherfucker. But regardless of that, dude had a brilliant mind, a brilliant strategical mind, similar to Lao Tzu, Sun Tzu, people like that. So this book right here, man, I definitely recommend it if you want to try to really increase your mental capacity to where you can really not even have to think about doing certain stuff and just perform. If there's something that you're really, really wanting to learn, reading this book will help you see the steps that it takes to learning that, seeing how to notate that progress that you're making, and then eventually you'll see yourself at that ultimate goal, or you'll be inside the book of emptiness. So, The Book of Five Rings by Miyamoto Musashi, translated probably by somebody else, because I can't read Japanese, and I'm going to be honest with y'all. But today, on the feel-good story, we're going to do something different today. You know what? On the feel-good story, it's you. You should feel good. You know why? Think about this. Last year, remember what you were struggling about? What you were stressing about? That thing that you didn't think you were going to get through? He was like, oh my God, I can't do this anymore. And look at you now. Look where you at. You right here. Still persevering. Still surviving. Still making it. I want you to feel good about yourself. I want you to understand that you are here and that you can do anything. You got another chance. You woke up this morning, so keep on going, y'all. I need y'all to feel good about who you are. So, I'm gonna wrap this up, man. I wanna let y'all know that I had a blast once again today, even though what we had to talk about once again was controversial and was very, the opposite of lighthearted. You know, it's just, these aren't topics that I take lightly. These are things that I truthfully feel we need to discuss, we need to change. We have to look at ourselves, okay? We have to look at ourselves first and understand that this change starts within. We have to change our minds and the way that we see things so that we can really understand these problems at hand. And, well, that's really all I got, man. So, from the bottom of my heart, as always, man, I love all y'all motherfuckers, man. Every one of y'all, except for Jeff Sessions. Fuck him. You know, fuck that dude. God damn, fuck him. Anyways, man, as always, two things I need from y'all. I need y'all to be good. And I need y'all to be great. One love, just a bag.